I do want to bring in Fleur Hassan-Amu. She is Israel's Special Envoy for Trade and Innovation. Joining us live here on Live Now from Fox. Thank you so much for taking the time this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Christine.
I want to start with President Trump extending the ceasefire indefinitely. What does that actually signal? Is that a genuine effort to de-escalate or a pause to regroup?
Well, I actually think it's very strategic because what President Trump has managed to do, and people don't give him enough credit, is he's flipped the dynamic. In the past, with other presidents and other governments and other world leaders, Iran always had time on their side. They kept pushing things, they kept lying, they kept negotiating, they kept getting to the edge until they would negotiate again. And what President Trump has done is flipped the script so that now time is not on their side because of the blockade of the Straits of Hormuz, which is their main way of bringing in any type of resources, any type of money. Their only economy is an energy export economy. That is what funds their terrorism. That is what funds their terrorist infrastructure. And what President Trump has done is basically blocked their only way of having an income. And so it's okay that President Trump wants to extend the ceasefire because the ceasefire right now and the blockade is only working against them.
I also wanted to ask you this. If the U.S. is extending this ceasefire, why suspend Vice President J.D. Vance's trip to Pakistan? Does that suggest diplomacy might be stalling there behind the scenes?
Well, the Iranian regime didn't confirm that they were going to be going to Islamabad. So why would the vice president show up when there's a risk or there was actually a statement that they weren't showing up? That would be terrible. So ultimately, what's really happening is incredible. Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, is still up a very tall tree, and they don't realize that they don't have a lot of cards left. And like I said, time is not on their side. And so President Trump can keep extending the ceasefire as long as he keeps the blockade. The Islamic Republic is really losing any leverage for any future negotiations.
Now, also of note here, Iran acknowledged the extension but stopped short of committing to talks. How should we interpret Tehran's hesitation right now? I know we've touched on this a little bit here, but just diving a little bit deeper for our viewers.
Sure. Well, you know, what everybody's saying, what everybody's reporting is that nobody knows who exactly is in charge, or at least that the leadership is split. That you have the IRGC, which is the military commanders, and most of them were eliminated by America and Israel. But whoever's left, they're the hardliners. And then you have some of the political leadership that is trying to find a way to keep the negotiations alive because they understand the position that the Islamic Republic is in. The hardliners, we don't know what's going on with them. We don't even know if Mustafa Khamenei, who's supposedly the supreme leader, we don't even know if he's alive. In the last 24 hours, there were reports that he's dead, but they're trying to keep it quiet because that, again, brings down their leverage for the negotiations. So ultimately what we see, whatever way you want to look at this, is a weakening of the leadership of the Islamic Republic of Iran. A split, a divide is also essentially a weakening. And if it is that the hardliners are in charge and they're still up this very tall tree, they're only going to end up being cut down from that tree by President Trump and this current strategy.
And continuing to talk about these talks, taking a live look there out of Pakistan this morning. So Pakistan set to host those negotiations. How significant is it that Iran hasn't agreed to show up in Islamabad?
Well, I don't think it's a surprise to anyone. I think, Pakistan is really trying to remain relevant, trying to remain an honest broker. I'm not, my personal opinion is they're not that honest. They have their own jihadi issues there. They have their own extremists, mixed history on how they dealt with those extremists. But if nobody's showing up, then really, what is their value as mediators at this point? It may change. We'll have to see.
And we've been talking about those attacks we've been seeing in the Strait of Hormuz. Once again, here's that live simulation of that map this morning. Seeing those attacks on commercial vessels there, how much does that undermine the credibility of this ceasefire?
Well, from my understanding, the American fleet there is making sure that no Iranian Islamic Republic of Iran ships are getting through. They've got an entire shadow fleet because this is sanctioned oil. And so the Americans are doing the job of maintaining the blockade, which strategically is the way to bring down the Islamic Republic to their knees for either future negotiation or hopefully for their fall. Because ultimately, I really don't believe you can make a deal with the devil. It's like if after the Second World War, you started negotiating with the Nazis to see what they were going to keep. It's impossible. I pray for the people of Iran and for the peace of our region that this very poisonous regime that has been feeding terrorism, that has been feeding Islamic fundamentalism, not just in their country, in the region and around the world, that has caused so much death, so many deaths of Americans, of Israelis, and of people all around the world. And we pray here that they fall, and I believe that this is the right and very smart strategy that President Trump is doing.
And I wanted to share here with you this post. This is just coming in from Axios, and I just wanted to read it for our viewers. It says, President Trump is giving Iran's warring factions a short window to unify behind a coherent counteroffer, or the ceasefire he extended Tuesday ends. 3 U.S. officials sharing that, saying President Trump is willing to give another 3 to 5 days of ceasefire to allow the Iranians to get their expletive together. That's one U.S. source speaking on the matter. It's not going to be open-ended. What are your thoughts in response to that post here that is just coming in from Axios?
Well, I believe that, President Trump has always given the opportunity for negotiation, but he has also, when he's realized that they're not serious about negotiation, this has happened, it happened last year in June, and it happened earlier this year, when he realizes they're playing for time or they're playing around with him, then he is ready to go back to action, and so is the Israeli military.
Now, going back to what we were previously speaking on in the Strait of Hormuz, I quickly wanted to follow up on that. The U.S. boarding of tankers tied to Iranian oil, could that be viewed as enforcing sanctions, or does it risk being seen as violating the ceasefire itself?
Well, at the moment, the ceasefire, the maintaining of the ceasefire is in the interests of the Islamic Republic of Iran. I'm not sure that it's in their interest for America and Israel to go back to active conflict. And so what President Trump is doing is what he said he would do, which is maintaining and enforcing that blockade. That blockade is crucial because if they can't get their oil tankers out, they can't export oil, they don't have resources to keep fighting, they don't have resources to keep the terrorism and the terror on their own people. If they stop paying their guard, their Islamic Revolutionary Guards, if they stop paying their army and their besieged forces, then this is the beginning of the end of this terribly toxic regime.
One of my last questions for you, with these ships being attacked, seized, intercepted, as we've been talking about, how close are we to wider escalation in the Gulf? Could that also pull in other global powers?
Well, we know that over 12 countries were attacked during this war, including the Saudis, including the Emiratis and Bahrain. They've really gone for everyone. And so I think that I believe there's consensus in this region that we have to deal with this now. If we don't deal with this now, all we're doing is kicking down the can for the future generations in the region, but also all around the world. And so I believe that President Trump has put together an incredible coalition. Everybody's working in their own way. We may not be seeing Saudi troops on the ground, but the Saudis are very much behind the enforcing of this blockade. They're finding, in fact, alternative routes to take away the strategic value of the Straits of Hormuz. Other countries are also looking for different strategic routes. And so all this is doing is weakening the Islamic Republic of Iran, that terrible regime. That's what this is all doing.
Laura, is there anything else you want to add about this? I know we've touched on a lot, and as always, this is just a very fluid developing situation every single morning here. We talked about the Strait of Hormuz, what we've been seeing there. We've talked about these talks. Anything else that you'd like to add that you think I might have missed?
Well, no, I think we've covered a lot of ground, but today I want to add that is Israel's Independence Day. It's 78 years of our state of Israel, modern state of Israel, and we celebrate and as we also memorialize the people who've paid the ultimate price for us to have a free country here. And we pray for that freedom for the rest of the region and the rest of the world.
All right, Laura Hassan, thank you so much for joining us this morning on Live Now from Fox. We truly appreciate it.